Hey guys, Phobia again. So, haven't played that much this season, but we came back the other day. We've played about 2 days now of going hard with the main team, um, pushing rating really fast. Very happy about that. I'm still pretty under geared on my main, but today I am just going to go out and explain kind of what I'm doing on my Shadow Priest, the comps I'm running, um, the specs I'm running, talents, etc., etc. Just to give an update about how Season 4 feels to me and getting ready for that dragonflight. Very excited for dragonflight. But yeah, so let's see. So far, we are 24, 29. We are 21, 17, and twos. So I'll go over some twos things as well. I am on my awesome here Shadow Priest, of course. And let me just go over kind of some of the things that I think. Oop, I'm going the wrong direction. Let me go to a target dummy. And I'm gonna go over kind of what I run. All right. So first things first, my talents. All right. So I run Unfurling Darkness, Intangibility, Misery, Psychic Core, Auspicious Spirits, Damnation, and Hungry and Void. I don't really ever change out of my main talents ever. There was a couple of games we were fighting double lock down here against Maldiva and them, and we lost the first couple times against them, and I was like, man, what do I do? So I ended up swapping talents to Saniline versus the double lock. I would run Saniline versus double lock, and I'd run an all-in build. I'd run Void Eruption, Siphene. The reason I run Void Eruption is instead of Megalomania is because Megalomania is going to fall against double lock, and there's no recovering. Like, you're dying the entire game, you can't afford to lose HP. So I run Void Eruption, so I'm not kicked. I can just train them, run them down. If they port, I'm still running at them. Siphene, obviously, for the healing reduction. And then I run Saniline to dot everybody and just keep healing every minute, essentially. Just throw out a heal to keep us alive and keep us going. And we ended up just destroying it. Going hard and winning over and over and over again. So that was good. Like I said, I haven't played much this season. In the last 2 days, we went from 2200 all the way up to 2500 MMR. So that was really cool. We just kind of skyrocketed. But as for honor talents, my base honor talents that I run are Siphene, Greater Fate, and Void Volley. I know a lot of Shadow Priests out there. I know a lot of you guys run the whole Megalomania build. I'm just not a fan of it. I almost never run it. Everyone that knows me knows that. I don't think Megalomania is as strong as people think it is. I think people are just trying to pad meters. I think it's situational. If they're not going you, then yeah, Megalomania is really good. If the targets are not going you, but again, when people are training you, and I play Warrior Priest Shaman or Warrior Priest Paladin, I don't think Megalomania is good, and that's just my opinion. All right. So this is my base build that I run. Into RMP, with the Paladin, I run Void Origins, Greater Fate, Siphene against when I play with the Paladin healer. If I play with the Shaman healer, then I will go Void Shift, Greater Fate, Siphene. The reason I don't run MD into RMP anymore is because they generally cross me as a priority again in RMP, and so I'm almost never getting an MD off. So that's why I do not run that. Oh, nice. Somebody just came to the YouTube channel. Hope they see this video. So yeah, I run. This is the build I run, and I'm a human now, so I run double trinkets. I run. This is what I generally run into RMP right here, guys. For all y'all who are struggling, I run Aegis trinket. I run my medallion, and obviously I'm human. And this is what my setup will look like right here. If I'm playing, like I said, if I'm playing with a paladin healer, I run Void Origins and just go all in on them and just chase them down, kill the mage, and it's GG. So these are my general talents. Into Ret Warrior, for you Shadow Priests who are struggling, into Ret Warrior, I run Siphene and Void Shift, or I'll run MD Void Shift if they go my healer. If they're constantly going after my healer, I run MD, I MD the Hodges, and then Void Shift. If they're going me, I run Siphene Void Shift, and we run down the Ret Pally. So like it's just situational. I'm just giving you guys a brief overview of things that I run. Into Pretty much anything else other than that, I run Siphon, Void, Volley, Greater Fade. My stat priorities, you already know, Haste Burst. Why is it? Oh, I was like, why is my stuff lower? I also generally run double trinkets, by the way. This is what I'll generally run for damage right here. All right. My legendary is Cephus, and I put it on my neck. And my other legendary is Unity, which was on our boots, but I put it onto the ring because main stat is on the boots. It's not on the ring. You want main stat over anything else. Also, our secondaries are getting so much higher, the value isn't as strong. So I can put haste here instead of the boots and start getting mastery and getting more damage out of my mastery. And I actually tested it, and it is more damage to put the ring here and get mastery boots. You actually do more damage overall. So that's why I do that. I almost always run Cephus. If I'm playing with a warlock, I will run Twins of the Sun Priestess, but it's also situational. But for the most part, it's Cephus. And like I said, I'm also Necro. As for my Necro tree, I run Plagued Divisor Merilith still. I run Festering, Mind Devourer, and Haunting Apparitions as my potencies. And then for my Endurance, I run Light's Inspiration. And then down here, I have Clear Mind and Move with Grace for my Finesse. And I do go down the 2 Finesse Conduit route because the Condensed Atmosphere is not the strongest, but having that 44-second Leap of Faith reduction is huge. And then having this Light's Inspiration can be huge to just keep that extra healing going if your healer's in a CC. So that's why I run that. And those are my conduits and my tree. All right, so a big thing, like I said, about this season is it's fast still, but it's not as fast as it used to be. So a big thing you want to do as a Shadow Priest is consistently keep your dots up at all times on almost all targets. Right? So that's why I ran the Damnation build. And Auspicious Spirits, yeah, they buff Shadow Crash, but like I said, I'm dotting everything now, and I'm padding a lot of the games. So I like to spread. And my Auspicious Spirits generally hit for like anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000. So you're spamming that when you're in Void form, when you're just throwing out all your procs. You get procs off of your Devouring Plague from your 4-set. Also, I am running 4-set. So I feel like running the Auspicious Spirits build is just better. And then, of course, you have your Haunting Apparitions Conduit, which just buffs that. And so I feel like that's just a stronger way to go. With all the master you're starting to get on secondary, right? I'm at 9% right now with my buff. It just feels stronger. And with the comps that I run, I think most Shadow Priests should be running 1 of 3 comps, and that's pretty much it. There's obviously some comps you can run outside of it, but there's not a lot of them, so it's hard to find good players. The top 3, I think, right now are for 2s and 3s. For 3s is going to be RPS. I think playing with a Rogue and a Shaman right now is extremely strong. You can play with Assassination or Outlaw. I feel like Assassination is stronger right now with a Necro Assassination Rogue. And you can play with a Paladin or a Shaman. Either one works. Paladin is good into certain matchups. Shaman's good into others. So that's definitely, I think, the best. I think outside of that, Warrior Priest Shaman, the comp that I'm running right now, is underestimated. A lot of people stopped playing it from 2 seasons ago and haven't really picked it back up. But we almost don't lose to anything. We go on these crazy win streaks against look at all the different comps we fight. We fight all the different comps in the world. A lot of Warlock comps. And since there are so many Warlocks that are prevalent in the meta, we actually crush Warlocks. So most teams we just win. Like, look at all these Warlock teams, different Warlock teams right here. Just going through, we have an MLX here. We have Ellie demo. We have DK demo. Mistweavers down here, like double lock down here. Like I just feel like Warrior Priest Shaman can pretty much kill everything. The only thing that you really have a struggle with Warrior Priest Shaman is going to be comps like Turbo. Turbo is a hard counter. There's almost really nothing you can do into a good Turbo. You have to kind of catch a healer and a swap and get triple CC. That's generally how we've been killing them, or catching the warrior with a swap from going like cleaving. But yeah, that's pretty much the hardest one for us. And then Outlaw Rogue on Holy DK is really fucking hard. But other than that, pretty much everything else seems winnable. Like you can win almost everything. The third comp that I think is really good to run is Shadow Play. Obviously, a lot of people are playing it. It's a really good comp. It's really strong. Warlocks are so strong. Affliction Lock is insane. Shadow Play is very good. Definitely worth playing. You can play that as Necro or as Venthyr, depending on how you want to play the matchup. If you're trying to train a healer, go Venthyr. If you're queuing to a lot of hybrids, like if you're fighting a lot of Rets, or if you're fighting a lot of Druids, or if you're fighting a lot of like Shadow Priest, you can go Venthyr, and that's good. But if you're fighting a lot of melee cleaves, then go Necro and play Necro Shadow Play, cleave them down, rot them down, win the game. An honorable mention comp I want to talk about that is really strong, but there's just not a lot of people who play it because there's not a lot of this class that plays outside this meta comp is FPS. FPS, ferals are just insane right now with Sickle of the Lion and how much off-healing and peels they have. Instant root so people can't run. You just keep them down, train them down, kill them. FPS is a super strong comp. We've queued to a couple of them, and it just feels really strong. I think if you get a good feral on your team, you should run the comp. If you don't have a good feral, don't worry about it. Don't try to look for one. It's just if you can get one, it's a really fun, strong comp to play. It's really hard to kill. Everything's tanky. So that's another thing I'd recommend. As for you, like general, just real quick general rotation, I want to kind of go over. In an arena, I'm pretty much trying to get my damage out instantly right now. So I'm playing the Necro build with an all-in. I pretty much will run in instantly. My warrior will be like, okay, he's gonna stun spear, because if he does play spear. And then my job is to control the off target and the healer in the opener, and then my healer will either cap totem or hex out of it. So generally my warrior will be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, I'm stunning spearing. I will stun the off target, I will silence the healer, I'll run into the off target, fear the off target, my healer will then be hexing the healer, and then out of the hex, I'll go for a mind control, or throw my Siphon out to catch a big heal like an NS or something, or a Radiance or whatever. And that's generally how our go is scripted almost all the time. Now, obviously, if I'm trying to peel, or if I'm on top of the healer, I will then at that point reverse the go, where I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna stun silence fear the healer. You hex out of that, cap or fear, or my warrior will fear the off target if he's near him, or my shaman can hex or cap totem, like root cap totem the off target. It's all situational, but generally our go is 3, 2, 1. I stun the off target, I silence the healer, fear the off target, he hexes, and cap totems and all that on the healer. So that's generally how your go wants to go on a go, and then your rotation should be Damnation, get your dots up, and when your partner's ready to go, throw out your Siphon, pop your PI, throw out your Necro banner guy, go in the Void form, and then you can throw a Siphon, and then just spam damage. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing, just trying to get damage out. And that's it. Just look at those numbers. 5Ks here, 3Ks there. It's just a lot of damage, guys. Also, for you Shadow Priests out there, try to single out your kill target if you can when you throw out your Unholy Nova, so it does more damage, because Unholy Nova spreads the damage out. So if you can get all that dot tick damage on one target, that's the better. That's the best situation you can do. That's why we do the 3, 2, 1 setup, try to fear him off or whatever. It's just, it puts all that extra damage, and you can do so much damage. I have literally killed DKs with single burst go on myself. Sometimes I'll silence the DK so he can't AMS or anything, and he just dies, and it's really nice. And he'll just arm out of that or something. But yeah, try to single that out. Just a little tip there. And that's about it, guys. I don't really have much more to go over. There's not too much new for this season, other than, again, changing things around. I'm still pretty under-geared. I have some combatant gear, some challenger gear, rival. My weapons are rival. I have last season gear still. Still working on it, but we're going hard. Oh yeah, twos. I only really play 2 comps in twos. I play Feral Shadow Priest or Warlock Shadow Priest, mainly Warlock Shadow Priest. The other day I was playing with Markers, my friend, where we're doing what's called Church Cleave, something that we started playing. Is just double Priest. He plays Disc Priest, I play Shadow, and we got to 27-17 playing that. So you can play with the healer as long as they're offensive. Types of healers. But generally, I play double DPS comps, and that's what I prefer. So, yeah. And make sure you get a healing legendary for that in twos. That healing legendary in twos is insane. I love it. It's probably the best possible twos legendary there is for a Shadow Priest. And that's it, guys. All right. I don't really have much more. That's my quick little guide for this season. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach me out at the Discord. You can go to my Twitch, twitch.tv/Aphobia Gaming. If you want to catch me live or ask any kind of questions, leave a comment. If you have any kind of videos that you guys want to see, or just questions or any concerns, and please leave a like. Help out the algorithm. I'm trying to upload more videos now, especially for Dragonflight coming out. I know I say that all the time, but I'm trying. Now that I'm back playing, like I said, I've only played a couple days. In 2 days we went up. Like I said, in 2 days we played from 22 to 25, ending on a nice little win streak here, probably around almost 2600 MMR. Going for that, we're 4 wins away from being in the rank 1 range again. So yeah, see you guys next time.